Welcome to the Profiles in Business podcast, where we talk about the influencers, innovators, and disruptors shaking up the world of business today. Now, here's your hosts.
Okay, let's dive in. Today, we're looking at something pretty interesting, where deep medical know-how meets some really advanced technology.
Right, and how it's changing something, well, let's be honest, something a lot of people used to dread. Getting braces or orthodontic work.
Exactly. It's about how tech is making healthcare, specifically orthodontics, more comfortable, maybe even more effective.
Yeah, we've been digging into Embrace Orthodontics. They're based here in LA, and they seem to be right at the forefront of this digital shift in straightening teeth.
It's a great example, isn't it? How established skill gets, amplified by new tools.
And the skill level there is, well, it's significant. The sources really highlight Dr. Camille Neagu, the orthodontist behind Embrace.
She's got quite the background, practicing in LA since 2000. That's over 2 decades right there.
Plus a master's in orthodontics from Loma Linda, and she graduated top of her dental class back in '97. So a really strong foundation.
Definitely. That kind of experience is crucial when you start bringing in, sophisticated technology. You want someone who really understands the fundamentals.
And it seems like that experience guides which tech they adopt. It's not just tech for tech's sake. Our sources kept pointing to one thing in particular, the iTero digital scanner.
Ah, okay. So that's key to their modern approach.
Seems like it.
So for this deep dive, our mission is really to unpack how Embrace Orthodontics under Dr. Neagu combines that deep experience with tools like the iTero. How does it change things for the patient? For the results.
And it's not just about the tech. The sources also paint this picture of a very people-focused practice. Lots of options for kids, teens, adults. Real family-friendly vibe, they say.
That blend is interesting. High tech, but also high touch.
Exactly.
So where should we start? Maybe with the biggest, most immediate change people notice? Getting rid of those old gooey impressions.
Oh, absolutely. The putty. I think anyone who needed orthodontic work, or maybe even just a crown, has that memory.
Huh. Yeah. Biting down on that tray, the taste, trying not to gag.
It was uncomfortable, definitely. And messy.
Stressful, too, especially for kids. It just felt so analog.
Well, this is where the iTero scanner comes in as a total game changer, according to the sources. Forget the physical mold. This is about a digital 3D scan.
Okay, so walk me through it. If I'm the patient, what actually happens?
It's totally different. The orthodontist or an assistant uses this small wand-like camera. They just gently move it around inside your mouth.
Over the teeth and gums.
Exactly. And the scanner is capturing thousands of pictures every second. It stitches them together almost instantly into this super accurate 3D model right there on the screen.
Wow, okay, you can actually watch it appear.
Yeah, you see your teeth popping up in 3D. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the real win is for the person in the chair.
Right, the benefits, what are they?
Comfort, mostly.
Yeah.
No tray, no putty, no weird taste.
Yeah.
And the big one, it basically eliminates that gag reflex people hated. It's just faster, cleaner, way more comfortable.
That alone sounds like a massive improvement for anyone who, dreaded that part.
Huge.
But is it just about comfort? Or does that digital accuracy offer clinical pluses, too?
Oh, absolutely. That's where it gets really important. The digital model is incredibly precise, way more detailed than you could often get from a physical impression.
And that precision matters for planning the treatment.
Critically, for diagnosis, for planning exactly how the teeth need to move. If you're getting something like clear aligners, that scan accuracy means the aligners fit your teeth much better right from the start.
Ah, okay. Better fit, maybe fewer adjustments needed down the line?
Potentially, yes.
Fair enough.
And the sources mention speed, too. Because it's digital, the data can be sent off instantly. This can speed up the whole planning phase. Some sources even suggested a 24-hour turnaround for initial planning in some cases.
Wow, that's fast.
So yeah, more accurate planning potentially leads to smoother treatment, maybe even better results overall.
It really sounds like it transforms the whole beginning of the process. Faster, more accurate, much more comfortable.
And our sources did point out that Embrace Orthodontics is one of only, a few practices in the LA area using this specific advanced iTero tech.
Which suggests they're really committed to this digital path, right?
Yeah.
Investing in things that make a tangible difference.
Seems that way. It addresses those classic patient complaints while boosting their clinical side. It's smart.
If you're curious, maybe you had those old putty impressions and you want to see how different this is. Their website apparently has videos.
Right, you can see the scanner in action. It's embrace-ortho.com. seeing that 3D model build up is actually pretty fascinating.
So the iTero is clearly a big deal, a major plus for patients. But the sources also emphasize that Embrace isn't just about the scanner. They offer a really wide range of treatments.
Yeah, that's important. It points to that personalized care idea. The scan gives them the accurate picture, but then they have lots of tools in the toolbox to choose from.
So what kinds of options are we talking about?
Well, they've got the traditional stuff, which is still great for many cases, metal braces, and also clear or ceramic braces, which are less noticeable.
Okay, the tried and true options.
They're also big on clear aligners. They offer Invisalign, which everyone knows, but also Reveal clear aligners.
Having multiple aligner options is good, I guess. Gives them flexibility.
Exactly. Different systems might have slight advantages for certain types of tooth movement, or maybe just patient preference. It gives them choices.
And what about options for people who really don't want anything visible?
They have that covered too. Brios lingual braces. Lingual means they go on the back of your teeth, the tongue side.
Ah, so completely hidden from the front.
Totally hidden. That's a fantastic option for adults or anyone really concerned about how braces look during treatment.
Makes sense. Any other tech or treatments mentioned?
Yeah, they mentioned diode laser treatment. That's often used for minor gum contouring, maybe after the teeth are straight, to perfect the smile line. And also, importantly, early and two-phase treatment for kids.
Right, interceptive orthodontics. Catching potential problems while kids are still growing.
Yeah, it can sometimes simplify things later on or even prevent bigger issues. So it shows they're thinking long-term across all age groups.
This whole range of options really backs up that treating patients like family idea from the sources, doesn't it? It's not one size fits all.
No, it sounds like they use the diagnostics, that precise scan, to figure out the best path for each individual. And then they have the tools to actually deliver it.
Okay, so great tech, lots of treatment choices. But what about actually getting the care? The sources talked a lot about accessibility, too.
Yeah, this is super important. Because having the best treatment in the world doesn't help if people can't access it, right? Cost, time, communication. These are real barriers.
So how does Embrace address those based on what we found?
Well, for cost, which is often the biggest hurdle, they offer no-interest financing and flexible payment plans.
That makes a huge difference. Spreading the cost out makes it manageable for families or, anyone on a budget.
Absolutely. It puts that goal of a healthy, confident smile within reach financially.
And then there's time. Everyone's busy, especially here in LA. Fitting in appointments can be tough.
Right. So the sources highlighted they offer Saturday appointments.
That's huge. For working parents or just busy professionals, a Saturday option can be the deciding factor.
It shows they understand people's real lives,
Definitely. And what about communication? LA is so diverse.
They mentioned providing bilingual services in Spanish, which is critical for clear communication and making sure everyone feels understood and comfortable. Removes a major barrier for Spanish-speaking families.
Good. And circling back to comfort. Beyond the scanner, what else?
Well, the testimonials mentioned in the sources apparently rave about the friendly staff, the welcoming vibe. That high-touch part seems just as important as the high-tech.
Especially if you're maybe a bit nervous about dental stuff in general.
For sure. So those comments about friendliness, affordability, and getting great results, it sounds like they're managing to pull all these pieces together effectively.
And it adds credibility that Dr. Neagu is involved in groups like the AAO, the American Association of Orthodontists, and the ADA, right? It shows she's staying current, adhering to high standards.
Yeah, it reinforces that expertise you talked about earlier. She's engaged with the profession.
Okay, so let's bring this all back to you, the listener. Why does all this matter? This mix of tech, options, and access.
Well, it connects directly to that mission statement the sources mentioned. We believe everyone deserves a radiantly beautiful and confident smile. A smile that allows them to embrace life.
That's more than just straight teeth, isn't it? It's about the impact.
Absolutely. Orthodontics fixes bites, improves health, sure. But the change in confidence, well, that could be huge.
Going from hiding your smile to feeling great about it, that affects everything.
Social stuff, professional life.
Yeah.
The sources sort of hint that investing in your smile is really investing in yourself, your confidence, your overall well-being.
And a practice like Embrace, by using tech to make it easier, by offering options, by tackling cost and time barriers, they're basically trying to make that positive impact more achievable for more people.
Making the journey to that confident smile as smooth as possible.
So if any of this has you thinking about orthodontic options, maybe for yourself or someone in your family, checking out their approach seems like a good next step.
Yeah, you can see the tech, read about the treatments, Dr. Neagu's background, It's all on their website.
Right. It's a good place to really see what this modern approach looks like. The website, again, is embrace-ortho.com.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. What are the key takeaways from our deep dive on Embrace Orthodontics?
Well, first, it's led by Dr. Camille Neagu. Lots of experience, strong credentials. They're really leaning into the digital revolution in LA orthodontics.
Especially with that iTero scanner. Big win for patient comfort, getting rid of messy impressions and boosting accuracy for planning.
But it's not just tech. It's paired with comprehensive care. Lots of treatment options, from braces to different aligners to hidden braces.
And a real focus on accessibility, tackling cost with financing, time with Saturday hours, and communication with bilingual services. It's about making it work for real people.
So Dr. Neagu and her team seem to blend that cutting-edge tech with a genuinely caring, patient-first approach. High tech supports high touch.
And they're involved in the community, too, like through Smiles Change Lives.
Yeah.
It reinforces that people-focused philosophy.
So if you're in the LA area and this sounds interesting, the next step is pretty straightforward.
Yep. Check out their website, learn more about the scanner, the treatments, the accessibility options, all of it.
That website is embrace-ortho.com. We'll definitely put that link in the description for you. You can explore online or even schedule a complimentary consultation to see it firsthand.
And like their tagline says, embrace a new smile and embrace a new you at Embrace Orthodontics.
You know, that leaves us with the final thought. We talk a lot about tech disrupting huge industries, right? But seeing it make such a direct, positive impact on a personal healthcare experience, like eliminating discomfort, making treatment more precise, it's pretty powerful.
It really is. And when that tech is used by a practice that's also actively removing barriers like cost and time, it makes you think about the value of investing in yourself, in your smile.
Mm-hmm.
Not just aesthetics, but that confidence, that well-being it brings.
Allowing you to, embrace life more fully, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other parts of everyday healthcare are ready for this kind of patient-centered, tech-enabled transformation?
Thanks for listening. Be sure to check the show description to learn more about the businesses we covered today. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more great content.